lot of the depression I've had has been based around not letting go of people that have used or betrayed me. Today, I'm grateful for letting people go. Walk away from people who put you down. Walk away from fights that will never be resolved. Walk away from trying to please people who will never see your worth. The more you walk away from things that poison your soul, the healthier you will be. Today, I'm grateful for walking away. What are you grateful for? Please share in the comments and click the subscribe button to hear daily gratitude.
What is this? It's kind of late. All my body starts to shiver. Worries will, I'm on a high. Oh, I've never felt like this before. Got to let it go.
When you move abroad, there are some things you can't take with you. But there are some things you just can't leave behind. For international health insurance, choose Allianz Worldwide Care.
Hello everybody, this is David Evans, President of PIC TV Network, beaming it in from Washington, D.C. all the way to New York. We got another hot show. Patty, how you doing? New York is here.
Hello from New York. Dr. David over there in Washington, D.C. Welcome to the Live Your Legacy show. The mothership is Miss You Graham. I am the CEO and founder of Miss You Graham, which is a global solution to cope with loss, moving at the speed of life. Here it is, Miss You Graham. But this is the Live Your Legacy show on the PIC TV Network, channel 1000. And this is where we tribute, cope, and share, and also share how we transform the pain of loss into power of purpose and meaning. And this is where you live your legacy and tell the world what you're doing after, in hindsight, when you're dealing with grief, you're faced with mortality, and sometimes things become enlightened. So there's the silver lining. And again, we believe, me and you, I think we've spoke about this, so I feel confident to say that their loving spirit lives on forever. Dr. David, over to you.
I'm so happy today, folks. To Live Your Legacy is a hot new show on the PIC TV Network. Yesterday, we had a big star on in the music world. And today, we're going to make history because, Patty, you're going to beam this on from Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, to New York, to Germany. We're going to Germany, Belgium, live. And I can't wait to hear your special guest on today. It's going to be amazing. And those who are watching with us on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, Twitter. This is one of the hottest shows on PIC TV Network, growing real fast. And we want to welcome our audience. Patty, tell us our audience down there. To give us the welcome for the audience, Patty. You see it.
Well, our guest today, I'm going to allow him to formally introduce himself because you know what, how we roll here. This is like being home sweet home. This is where we want you to take your shoes off and stay a while. So this I call my brother in fellowship, my friend, my co-mod sometimes, Anton. I don't want to botch your last name. Over to you. And again, welcome to the Live Your Legacy. And again, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're coming in from.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Patty. Thank you, David, for having me on the show. It's a true pleasure to be here. I'm hailing from a little country called Belgium. in a town near Ghent, and that's where I grew up. It's a beautiful place. It's a place where people speak Dutch. So we're not part of Holland, but we speak the same language. And yeah, it's a place that is bordered by the North Sea, Holland, Germany, Luxembourg, France, and that's it.
Oh, that's
Tiny
it.
little-
And you're a man of the sea, and we're going to dive deep into that, pardon the pun. But going back to your hometown, as you said, we heard the sheep this morning in the lemonade stand. Again, that's under the House of Creativity. That's a place of fellowship, non-denominational, but we do follow the Word of God and go over Psalms and the verses and everybody's favorite version. And again, we co-mod there for the House of Creativity. But we did hear the sheep. Sometimes we hear the water, or sometimes we hear the birds. So again, you know 3 languages, is that correct, or more?
So yeah, I speak fluent French, a little bit of English, and then some Dutch as well. But yeah,
All
I
right,
try
all
to
right.
work on my
That's,
Portuguese.
that has to come in handy. That has to come in handy, especially when you're going across the waters. You know, I imagine that you've seen a place or two from what you've shared. And again, we're here in the Live Your Legacy. I can't wait to hear what made you say yes to coming onto this show. I know a little bit, but I'd love to hear more. So again, back to you, and let us know. You can start wherever you want.
Sure. So I guess, I start with growing up here in Belgium. I was very fortunate. Belgium is a very, how would I say, it's a very rich country in many aspects. Education is free, healthcare is free. That in itself is huge. And
Good.
growing up here, I wasn't much of a student, and I guess I heard later in life that where you don't pay attention, and so I guess for me that was also a part of the story. But so I wasn't the best of students, but I did enjoy growing up here a lot. My family is a very loving family, but the reason I came on the show is because I appreciate what you're doing with the Miss You Graham, and I truly miss my father in a very loving way. He was he was my everything at some point in life. Not to say that he was perfect, but I could always come back to him. I could always relate to him. And a lot of the things that he said or he did are still within me. And so he lives on within me for sure. And that is, that's the reason why I said, okay, I'll, open myself up to the audience. It was a difficult journey. I was 21 when he was diagnosed with brain cancer. And then very soon after, about a year after, he lost his life. It was a tough way to go. But
how did he feel about it? Did he share? Did he feel relieved in any way at any certain point, like being okay with facing that point? Because I feel like some people could cope with it better than others. And of course, having your loved ones near you, sometimes that may be supportive, sometimes it's so different for everybody. But I'd like to think that you found that your father at some level found peace.
That is a very good question. And I also wondered about that. But as I was thinking about it, I know for sure that he did. In the beginning, no, he was very much upset with the whole diagnose, and it was very tough. But then when after being operated for like 3 times, he lost a lot of his speech, and to a point where he lost it almost completely. But the thing that I remember from him is that he became really soft in everything, in his words, in his actions, and I do remember to this day the last words that he said to me before he completely lost his speech, and it was, "Be kind to each other." And that will always stay
I'm
with
just
me.
so happy. His legacy is now like living on forever. Like, be kind to each other. I'm going to use that and attribute it to your father. What was his first name? Your
Johan.
father? Johan?
It's Johan.
With an Johan?
Yeah.
Johan.
As in John.
Johan with an N at the
Johan.
end. Johan. Okay, so if you, I'm gonna say, when they say quotes, be kind to each other. Quote, Johan. I'm so excited.
Yeah. So it was, and then after that I was 21. You go through a period. I went through a period of silence. I couldn't deal or cope with it. I didn't really have anybody to talk to either. Didn't know how to deal with it. I just knew it happened, and it just, your whole world starts to kind of fall apart. And then at that point, I was in my last year of marketing, and I said, okay, enough with this. This is a waste of time. I'm slowly dying here, and this cannot be.
Yeah.
So
the heaviness, you feel it. You start to really, really feel it. Not that you didn't, but
yeah,
that's what it sounds like. I mean, I feel like grief, unfortunately, is something we could all relate to at some level. We could all, I think, agree that it doesn't feel good. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And then you go through this.
But when do you start? When do you start feeling good? So when do you start feeling good? Now you realize, you come to a realization. I interrupted you, and now we're gonna pick it up because we want to hear the happy ending.
Yeah, and also my father prepared me in a way. Also, he's like, life will move on without me, and you will be fine, and things will be okay. And that was even very, very early in the diagnosis. This was the first dinner we had when we found out, and so that's when he said all these things. I was completely blown away. I didn't know what was happening, but that's where he prepared, I guess, himself and also us for what could be an option. And I think he brought it back to his father, who also died prematurely. So to have that come back to me was really, it helped me to move on. It helped me to come back to bring back even memories that came even further. And so I said, okay, I'm gonna, find my strength and do what I'm passionate about, and forget all the rest. and try to.
It sounds to me like when you shared that story about that, and again, just because, I just love to relate things. For me, the Bible is just so beautiful. And that Last Supper, the peace, like, in the Last Supper, and again, I don't want to get into religion, but even if you don't follow that religion, we all know that that's Jesus's like Last Supper. He tells his truth to his disciples, and then he goes and transitions, and I find such peace in that story. It's so bittersweet, but it's so beautiful that you were able to right there pick it right out. So that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing it with us.
No, you're welcome. It's I didn't prepare any of this. It just comes out as it is.
That's what we call the Holy Spirit. And then your dad is Johan is here. I'm sorry.
Definitely.
That's what I believe. Don't tell me how I feel. There you go. That's how we roll here in the Live Your Legacy, because you know what? whatever heaven is, and again, I am a certified end of life coach. I know people say, "Oh, you," because I'm just so wild and out. Yeah, me. And one of the things that we learned is, and it's a big umbrella. That's grieving. I'm not the person that's going to be at the bedside because, like, I might be too excited for that, but not for what's happening, but my energy is like too exciting. But if I were to decide to say, hey, I want to work with hospice patients, I got to take it down a notch. I'm taught that you're supposed to ask the person, how do they feel about, feel like there is any, what does it look like to you? Even if it's different things, even if it's scary, like as a death doula, that's what my certificate says. That's the questions we're supposed to ask, and I believe that's a little disruptive too. Again, I'm with the person who's mourning. That's my lane. And I still like to ask the same question because we're faced with mortality when we're having to let go of somebody we don't want to, especially like a father. Anton, over to you.
Yeah, I truly believe that what you're doing is fantastic. It makes me think about this funeral that I heard about this weekend, where the teenage boys went to actually wash it sounds maybe a little bit morbid, the body of the grandmother. And then
no, it's not morbid because that's like Egyptian traditions.
Exactly. But then they put the hand like this from the grandmother because she was very cool. And and then when the funeral started, they said, okay, we want to start with a Mexican wave. So the whole church went like this at the start of the funeral. So just to give you an example how to celebrate life, that was amazing. And I guess in hindsight, we could have done that a little bit more, a little bit better. But when the grief is so big, sometimes you just don't know how to. But it's okay.
It catches you sometimes. It just catches you, and this is my pet peeve with grief. This is everybody's different, right? This is not that there's all sorts of emotions, but my pet peeve with grief is that time does not stop. Like, how dare people like just carry on, go to the supermarket, watch a television show, like time feels like it stops. How dare the world continue? How dare at least stop for a few moments? I feel like when I go through a loss, it could be even somebody from afar, like Whitney Houston. I'm just saying, like, it just feels like for a moment, like, wait a minute, and but no, the world does not wait. But that's the mysteries of life. So I'm curious, where has all this brought you? Let's hear what Anton is doing now, because you're doing great things, and the world definitely needs to know here on Live Your Legacy. Anton, over to you.
Okay, so well, soon after that, I said, okay, everybody around me, they're all doing university. They're all going to go up the corporate ladder, and they, doing that journey. I said, that's not for me. Like, I cannot. I cannot fit into that shoe. So I had to do something else. And I saw an opportunity to go sailing, because as a little boy, that's one of the things that really struck me when I was on a sailing boat for the first time by myself on a lake. I was feeling the power of Mother Nature and the control that I could play with it, and obviously get out of control and try to get back
in. And be vulnerable in it. I was gonna say it could gobble you up.
For sure. But it gave me a lot of peace to be on the water also. So I started surfing the web, and this is when the web just came out, and I found a course online to become a yacht master. And a yacht master is a professional yachtsman who's able to sail boats up to, I think, 200 tons, which is 30 meters. It's quite a big boat. And so I started my career in this. First start building a business, and then going on to larger projects and around the world. And I always wanted to go to the South Pacific. And then in 2014, I reached South Pacific and had incredible high, at the same time incredible low. And I said, okay, I kind of seen it all now from what I wanted to see. I need to do something else. And then I took it back to my dad's legacy, where he was the son of a photographer and who built a business in wholesale photography, developing film. And so he made this little company into a big company back in the 90s, where they were developing millions of photos. And then I saw everything disintegrate when he died as well. And at that point, I said, okay, I'm going to try to do something else. And that was a marketing startup with photos that today exists, employs about 15 people. I'm super happy with that business. And at the same time, now I'm starting a new venture, going back to my old passion, which is boats. And there I'm going to try and make a couple of puzzle pieces fit to where I can help out or accelerate or facilitate the electrification of existing boats. And
and tiptoe around that IP stuff, because that's just such great stuff that when you want to keep that under the radar. But where can we find what you're doing? Where can we find what you're doing? If you want to put it in the chat, we'll put it across the board. But where can we find what you're doing? Unless right now you guys are just working all behind the scenes and you don't want to be found. Tell us.
Well, indeed, there's not too much to be found, because at the moment, building that IP and the prototype. But you can find me under my LinkedIn profile, where you can reach me, or you can go to my website, which is voltavessel.com. And there you can leave a message and see if you want to get involved.
That's awesome. I'm excited for you, because that's so innovative, and it also is. I don't know if you agree with this, and it might be a little bit of a stretch, but your father was ahead of his times. I mean, now it doesn't seem like a big deal, that type of printing level. But from the time period that you're talking about, referencing to, he was innovative, right? Is that correct? So here you are, and that was his passion, right? Photography, right? Or
well, and definitely building business, and he was into machines. He loved machines. Like, he was literally building the machines with the engineers, late at night, making sure that everything was working fine. And then he was also really a people person. So he related well to everybody on the floor. He knew everybody's name, and addressed them personally. So I think, very much.
People trust that. I mean, you have to, you have to keep a tight ship, but at the same time, you want to make sure that everybody is feeling like, in organization with each other. So you want to know, it's not just the boss. The boss should know, the person turning the screw, and that's really, really important. I think when people also feel seen. So if you're being seen by the boss, you're just going to make him more proud. If the boss doesn't even know your name, why should you care about making him proud? So it's nice. And it's nice that you saw that in your dad, and now look, it obviously, pays for itself in reciprocity. I'm going to get tongue twisted now. I put in the chat. Is this the correct spelling of the website? If you could see the chat in the back channel.
No, it's vessel, as in it's without A.
I don't spell well.
S.
Okay. Maybe you want to put it, I don't know. Maybe you want to put it so I don't mess it up. But nonetheless, thank you for sharing.
I'm not going to write Psalms.
Yeah. There we go. But this was great. Again, learning by Johan. I want to say thank you. I'm going to send you, I don't know if it's going to make it to Belgium. Otherwise, I'll send it to your sister because I know I've sent her something on your behalf before with the mug. But for being a guest, you get a Live Your Legacy journal. This is not the book. This is just a journal and a pen. If you want to write, you can also draw with the pen if you feel like it. But guess what's inside? Guess what makes this journal so wonderful? There are no lines. It's blank because you know what? Your imagination is like that. There's no lines in your imagination. You don't have to write on the lines. You could write. You could use this for drawing. You could use this for a shopping list. You could use this. This is what I use in the lemonade stand. This is what I'm.
Go on my coloring pens.
There you go. Lemonade stand, and when I'm no matter what I'm doing, I use it for all multiple things. To be honest, that's where I catch my bubbles. When Renee says what's bubbling up, that's where they get caught. So again, thank you for joining us on the Legacy Cafe, and I do want to give a shout out to all the audience. Anybody, this is a new show here on the PIC TV network on channel 1000, and we are going to go cut for a commercial soon, but I do want to say that if we have anybody who is willing to sponsor the show for either 4 months, 6 months, or a year, talk to me, because all the guests then will see your logo up here. That was every guest that receives this book, and this is what you get, your attributions if you are interested in being a sponsor to the show. Again, welcome to the Live Your Legacy show. There's the barcode. If you want more information on the PIC TV network, we have multiple channels. This is the Live Your Legacy show. This is where we tribute, cope, and share, and also talk about how we're living our legacy, and we're here to motivate, inspirate, and really learn better ways to just keep on trucking, because again, we talk about death here, that we want to leave with a smile on our face. You know, death is not something easy to talk about, and we want to be as respectful as possible, but this show is about living your legacy, because you're living, and if you have someone that transitioned, and I would only think that they'd want to see you happy. I would only could hope and pray that they want to see you live to your highest potential. And even though you hurt for them, that they don't want to see you in pain. Just like if you're a parent, or you have a good friend or a partner, you don't want to see them in pain. So if somebody's grieving the loss, you know, make something good out of it. And you always have something good to share with the world, because everybody has a purpose. Everybody has something they're good at. I don't even care if it's just smiling. If you're a good smiler, then you could get a job at multiple places and just be a smiler at the door. Okay. So do something with that instead of just sitting in the darkness and hurting in pain. There's nothing we could do about it except doing something about it. So with that being said, we're going to cut over to a commercial. Dr. David, over to you.
Queens, what's the TV network y'all gonna be watching?
PIC TV Network.
Woohoo!
We've all been hurt at some point, even abandoned. Many of us have done the hurting ourselves. We get to the point where we don't trust anyone, nor do we feel worthy of being loved by anyone. Then there's that one person who just doesn't give up on loving you. Their love is unconditional. Their love stays long enough for you to heal. And then they promise to never leave. That's love you can count on. God's love.
Hello, everybody. We're back on Pick TV Network with one of the hottest shows on the planet with Patty. Patty, you have a hot show today, and it's from Belgium. I'm just so happy, you know, Anton is coming on, beaming it from Washington, D.C., all the way to New York to Belgium. This is huge for our network, folks. Those are watching with us, and we got a couple of folks on, and I see in the private chats, you know, a lot of love out there. Look at all those hearts popping out there, folks. And I think these folks are from Belgium. You know, I'm excited. Patty, your show is going to be so good.
Before we wrap it up completely, I just want to share, you know, I did bring my world luggage, because you know what I travel with, because this is my legacy. You know what I travel with, because when I'm just so happy when I'm praising and I'm living. That's right. You got my tambourine. Okay. Anyway. Again, thank you for joining us here and Live Your Legacy. I'm Patty, coming in from New York. I am the business manager for the Pick TV Network. I am also the founder and CEO of Miss You Graham, a global solution to cope with loss, moving at the speed of life. I also am the chairperson for the Latin Americas with the United States Presidential Services Center, also the secretary for the Rotary Club of Global Impact from North Carolina, District 7680. I'm going to North Carolina this week, and actually I'm receiving an award. I'm really honored and really humbled, to be honest. But nonetheless, thank you so much. If you want to know what we're doing, just go to the Pick TV Network, hit that barcode right up there, and you'll get everything you need. Also, you could just go to Miss You Graham, and you'll see the LYL, because everything's acronyms now. I'm a cool Gigi, I think. I don't know what to tell you. LYL show, and you could sign up to be on the show, and I'll definitely follow up. We are celebrating also Mother's Day, so if you have a 1 to 3 minute video, send in the Mother's Day clip. You could also sign up on my website, missyougraham.com. Go to the menu, Live Your Legacy Show, and just in the message, just say Mother's Day video. I'll send you a link. We do accept donations. Anything helps. We do Project Smiles. We help everybody everywhere, whatever we can do. Everything counts. I don't care if it's just, you know, a lollipop you're giving to somebody, you know. There's just really great things. Even, you know, I'm going to share the story about Stephen Kuhn, who I met on Breakfast with Champions. He wrote The Humble Alpha, and he starts off with a story when he was in combat, like totally fully armed soldier, and he sees a girl. I'm telling his story. It's kind of weird, but I read the book, so I feel like I should be allowed to. And I'm not going to give a spoiler alert, but you know what? All I could tell you is that he spread kindness, like your father said, and he gave her a butterscotch. The girl was, like, I think burnt from like head to toe, but she smiled when he handed her the butterscotch candy. So that's the level of like kindness that could make such a difference in somebody's life. Again, be mindful, live your legacy. Thank you for being here. Anton, any closing words?
Well, I really think that you're doing an amazing thing, and I will finish with some words from my father. And he said, remember with pictures. So one of the best ways to access memories from the past is to take some pictures and just look at them again. And that's just, you know, these days a lot easier, obviously, but you need to remember to take them in the moments that matter.
How would your father, this kind of is off the cuff, but how would your father have reacted to the photoshopping now and the access to digital? Like amazing, right? Because how long ago has he passed? Because like the innovation is just so fast paced right now that like even 5 years ago was already so different.
He would have loved it. He would have loved it. So he passed in 2001, but he was
Oh,
definitely really into technology and computers, and we had a 365 and with the floppy disks and everything. So he was definitely into technology. So to I wish he
yeah.
could have seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Well, you know what? His energy, I'm sure, is channeling right through. So, before you know it, your legacy, your baby is gonna be continued forever. So that's beautiful. Again, thank you for joining us. Hello and farewell to your family as well. That you always share in the lemonade stand. It's so nice, your beautiful family and your new baby. Oh, you got a baby girl. Oh, so excited. We were so excited when we heard about her, and of course your son and your wife. Again, blessings, and the sheep and the birds. And maybe you could send over some chocolate, that Belgium chocolate. I heard it's something else, but nonetheless, thank you. Thank you. Dr. David, over to
You're
you.
welcome. Yes, thank you.
Oh, you're
Wow, this
welcome.
is PIC TV Network special presentation. You can watch the repeats on Facebook, YouTube Live, Amazon Live. Thank you, our new audience there. PIC TV Network channel 1000 on Roku, Twitter, LinkedIn. We are on everywhere, folks. And I see people still giving some more comments in. Thank you. Wow, must be from Belgium. A lot of people are giving a lot of comments on Belgium popping in. Thank you so much. Look at the repeats. I'm so happy again, Patty. We have a 5-minute recap show after this. We're going to be on the recap show to talk about how everybody enjoyed the program again. But this is a brand new show. Patty, I want to say thank you. This is like your 6th show series, and I can see growth. I'm your executive producer and director, so I don't even have to come on here. I see so much growth and potential in your shows. You're beaming it in. Yesterday we had one of the great musicians on, artists on. He was from overseas in Africa. From Africa to Belgium? Come on, Patty. Come on, Patty. We went from
Yeah,
Africa
but you know what?
yesterday.
You say you don't have to be here, but oh yes, you do, because without the legacy of your sister, I'm always going to go there. Sorry, your sister, unfortunately passed away way too young. That was a very just harsh way to have to say goodbye. Just so suddenly, when it doesn't go in the right order, I have a problem with it. But nonetheless, this happens, and what do we do about it? And you again took something that was really hard and just made it into a living legacy, and now Brenda lives on forever, and I'll always remember Brenda. Anytime the PIC TV is on, I'm like, oh, Brenda has something to do with it. Anton, I'll bring you forward to who is Brenda. Brenda is Dr. David's late sister. Dr. David, over to you.
Yeah, I always remember Brenda. Started with Brenda when she passed away. I decided in 2020 to do one channel, folks. They grew into 25 channels to 60 channels, and we still growing the shows and programs. I never thought in a million years that we would be on television in Brazil, France, Colombia, Mexico, Panama, Paris, Peru, Argentina, Canada, Ireland, West Africa, and we just put in there Belgium. We just put in Belgium today, folks. Roku, the #1 streaming device in the world. We have interpreters in these countries around the world. And again, it is the #1. I didn't say that. It's right here. #1 streaming platform in the world. Roku.
Also, the most popular streaming for colleges because it's the most affordable. So colleges stream on that too. But guess what? You don't even have to have it. You could just go to your website because you can watch it right off the website too. If you have a browser, you just need a browser. Of course, you get a better version on the real television, but nonetheless, there's no stopping us.
Yeah, Anton, I want to thank you, man. I can't wait to bring you back on. I want to play some games with you on Pick TV Network. And I want to say thank you for beaming it in with a beautiful signal. You're in Belgium. We're in Washington, D.C., and you like right around the corner. I mean, you seem like I can reach out to my television and touch you because your picture is so clear. Your signal is so clear. I know what y'all got over there, but I want some of that water. Give me some of that water.
Could you tell he likes his technology, Anton? Is your father not like, the vibes are here, the tech vibes are here, What can I tell you? Thank you to your father for bringing in good satellite. And again, thank you to Dr. David for hosting such an amazing show. And I'm going to say thank you to Miss You, Graham, because it's for everybody, because everybody does want to be remembered.
It's your show, Patty. Thank you for watching. We got the recap show. Don't touch that dial. We're going to come right back after some commercials, and we're going to do the recap, and then we're going to let you go. You're watching the Pick TV Network, beaming it from Washington, D.C., New York, all the way to Belgium, folks.
It's a pleasure, guys. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Anton. We can't wait to have you back on Pick TV Network.
Yeah, hey everybody, this is Marty Mangello at the United States Presidential Service Center, coming to you from having served 6 presidents now, and Dr. David Evans is doing a fantastic job with the Pick TV Network. Be sure to check out all the offerings on Pick TV. Go crazy, hit up about 10, 20, 30, 40 channels. The more support, the more watching, the more it grows, the better it does. And it is doing good, isn't it? It's a great thing that we all need more of in this world. Thank you so much. And don't forget, think Pick TV. Well, folks, we had another great show on the Pick TV Network, and we made it to the end. And we have the recap. This is the recap time, and we talk about the show and how great you enjoyed it, how great it was. Patty, this was one of the best shows. I thought when we had on Africa yesterday with one of the greatest musicians out,
Simon O'Callaghan. Yep, Simon O'Callaghan, the founder of Madaraka Festival.
I'm so glad I got up early this morning to beam this show in, because I'm a night owl. I'm up until like 3 in the morning in the studio. Patty said we have an early shooting, Dr. Evans. We need to be in that studio.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're not wearing your sunglasses. I'm surprised you're not wearing your sunglasses.
Get out the bed and get into the studio, because we have a special person beaming in. And I didn't know he was going to be pumping on from Germany. That was I mean, from Belgium. That was huge.
Yes, yes, yes. And you know what? It's been a pleasure to meet people from across the world on Clubhouse. Clubhouse is where we became friends and, learned more about what we're doing. And next thing you know, here we are having the Live Your Legacy show. Clubhouse was a beautiful place to really get to know what people are doing, because you could talk, and at the same time share your profile, and then, see your other socials, and then what is people doing? Well, this is what we're doing. We're creating awareness. We're creating shows. We're creating fellowship, community. I guess that's the Rotarian in me, Dr. David. I think of the 4-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair? Is it going to build better relationships? Will it benefit both parties? Yes, 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 yes. And that's who we do business with. That's who we have on the show. We want to always make sure everybody leaves feeling good.
Patty, you've been on with me over maybe 100 times on different shows, from Hello America to our TV show where you're helping people come out of prison. You've been on our shows when I bring you on for us to talk about different subjects, and you're an award-winning. Hold on for 1 second.
I know what you're gonna.
She's an award-winning, folks. This is so big. She has an award for all of her shows that she has on Pick TV Network. But Patty, I can see growth.
Award-winning was your tour of Washington, D.C. This is a real picture I took of Lincoln.
Wow.
Your wonderful tours of DC. I mean, that was really award winning. This is on my mug, of course, but
oh yeah,
I got this.
We gotta get everybody should get one of these. I'm gonna go get my mom's one. You did for my mom. It's a blessing to have you to give mugs to families and people to get the mugs in memory of their loved ones. That's amazing. But I want to say to your show, I can see like a little baby. I can remember we did the first show a couple of weeks ago. Now the series is growing. You said, Dr. Evans, I got some big people coming on. I got some folk coming on. Patty, and this is not it tonight. We got another big person coming on tonight, Patty. I don't know if you can tell her. I don't know if you can.
We have two, possibly three tonight. Three guests tonight, but we'll keep it a surprise. We'll see what happens again. But we're always so happy to be able to, for me, it makes me so proud to be able to share legacies. Keep those peoples that have transitioned, alive in good memory, in good memory. And then we're also getting to share and learn about people that are like just doing great stuff, and I just love that too. So, and some people are doing great stuff just in their own little circle, and that's perfect. That's just perfect. There is no right or wrong. It's all about love and kindness and humanity, and just, lifting each other up when you see a man down, and just, if today is not a great day, just all you need is hope, and hope that tomorrow is a better day. And what can you do? What can you do? There's always something you can do, even if it's breathing. Sometimes even breathing, Dr. David, even if you are in a state of grief because you just had a sudden loss and you're in bed, if you concentrate on your breathing, according to science, again, I'm not a doctor, I want to disclose that, but according to science, even in the book, I like to give resources in the book from Nick Hall. I know what not to do, so why do I do it? He's a neuroimmunologist, but he talks about the breath and the breathing, especially if you close your mouth and breathe through your nose. There's just stuff that happens to your organs and your whole body that actually your mind totally resets and actually like diffuses confusion and chaos. And then you have a slim chance to have a better day. So anyway, I could go on a tangent. Back to you, Dr. David.
Yeah, this is the after show, folks. We just had a wonderful show on Pick TV Network, the brand new Live Your Life. Live Your Legacy TV show on Pick TV Network. This is like the 7th series that we have. We have some more guests coming on. Don't forget, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. right here on the Pick TV Network. We'll be on live again. This was an amazing show. This is the after party talk with me and Patty. Just talk about how the show went. And we just wanted to spend like 5 minutes with you guys around the world to let you know we're proud of you. Please watch the repeats on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, Twitter, Pick TV Network Channel 1000, and also our brand new audience, Amazon Live.
And if you want to be a sponsor, to this show, you'll be the lucky one. You'll be the lucky one because it's definitely a special show. And if you want to be our sponsor, again, it's just reciprocity, you know, and it's just a beautiful space, and we want to just keep it growing and going. With that, over to you.
Yeah, Patty, right above you folks. Patty, point to that QR code right above you, right above. There you go. There you go. That's what you want to do. And get your phones, folks. Get your phone and scan the QR code. You want to support this program. This programs that Patty's are doing. You know, we're supported by you guys. We don't have yet the big corporations, Amazon and Apple. They're not here yet. But they're coming. Chick-fil-A and McDonald's and American Airlines. All those big corporations are coming soon. But right now, it's supported by partners like you. So all the people out there watching us, we need your support. Scan the QR code. Be a blessing. Give a donation. Send a gift to the Pick TV Network. If you like the programs and shows you're seeing right now, scan the QR code. You'll see how you can give a gift to support our network. We're listener supported, viewership supported.
And check out all our channels, because it's not just for this show. When I say sponsorship, if you want to sponsor this particular show, then you'll have attributions on the Live Your Legacy journal. On the back, you'll have attributions. But if you want to sponsor the Pick TV Network generally, even if it's just a couple dollars, we do a lot of projects. Check out all our shows. We have so many kind of shows. We have the author show. We have the spiritual show. We have the cooking show. We have for the children. The list goes on and on. So again, just help us out, because again, we're a baby, and we are really, really grateful to grow, but we have to nurture this baby. So we are definitely asking for support, and again, sponsors welcome.
Patty, Patty, your show is going to be awarded in November for our 3rd anniversary Black Friday. I already have your award ready, Patty. We already got your award for one of the top shows of 2023 already. Live Your Legacy television series, top show. And we're looking to come together live in person at a beautiful hotel, and also to do it virtually. So those who from around the country, you can still be a part of our anniversary celebration and an award celebration on 2023 of November, live and in person in Washington, D.C., or you can beam it in and be with our virtual audience around the world. Patty, we're getting for your award already, Patty. One of the top shows of the year.
Red carpet. No, you know what? I'm really honored and humble, but it's my pleasure to be able to, promote a space that's really clean and graced, and it's for the people, by the people kind of a place. It's the Pick TV Network is the People's Investment Network. And again, I am all about DEI. Spanish is my first language. English is my second language. This is definitely a network that I would say is minority. Or would you agree? Would you agree? Minority owned. And it's annoying to have to say that. It annoys me, but at the same time, I'm so proud, because, here we are, not here we come, here we are. So watch out. And I'm just excited. I'm excited for all the love. I'm excited for everybody's welcoming arms. You know, we're being embraced by everybody. You know, again, everybody wants to be remembered. Dr. David, over to you.
Yeah, Patty, before we close out, maybe you want to come on Patty's show, or we're going to be on the Pick TV network. We would love for you to be on. All you have to do is to call 202-505-2837. Patty would love to have you come on, especially if you have a legacy story, if you have a loved one that's so close to you. We know that Mother's Day is coming around, Father's Day. We have Memorial Day. We have 9/11 for New York. Patty goes there. I will cover Washington, D.C. There's a lot of people who would like to be on our TV shows on the Pick TV network and on this show right here. Patty would love to hear from you. I want to say thank you again, Patty. I'm just happy. I'm happy I got up and we beat this in. And I can't wait tonight, 9 p.m., folks, every Tuesday. We want to watch a hot show that you don't want to turn off. You want to talk, you turn on the Live Your Legacy TV show right here with Patty from New York.
And the Pick TV network. Dr. David, thank you again for being the president of this amazing station. And again, welcome all and welcome back for return viewers. We are happy to have you.
We'll see you next time, folks, on the Pick TV network. Don't forget to keep watching and tell somebody Pick TV is the place to be. Shalom. My name is David Evans, President of Pick TV Network. We here at the Big Business Expo, and guess what? Walmart Business, we're partnershiping with Walmart with some big things with the Pick TV Network. We met so many people at this expo that it is amazing. And we come in contact with the Waltons at Walmart Business is big for the Pick TV Network. I'm excited. I want you to get excited about Pick TV Network partnershiping with the biggest company in the world. All Walmart company investors, thank you. Pick TV.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll show you an amazing new free AI tool that can clone your voice in just 1 minute. This tool is called My Vocal AI. With this AI tool, you can create text-to-speech content and even sing using your AI voice clone. My Vocal AI is currently in beta version and free to use. Even in beta, this tool will blow your mind. All the voices in this video were created using My Vocal AI. The video is divided into 4 parts. Part 1, setting up My Vocal and recording your voice. Part 2, creating text-to-speech content using your cloned voice. Part 3, singing songs using your AI clone voice. And Part 4, tongue twister test. So let's get started. Part 1, setting up.
A lot of the depression I've had has been based around not letting go of people that have used or betrayed me. Today, I'm grateful for letting people go. Walk away from people who put you down. Walk away from fights that will never be resolved. Walk away from trying to please people who will never see your worth. The more you walk away from things that poison your soul, the healthier you will be. Today, I'm grateful for walking away. What are you grateful for? Please share in the comments and click the subscribe.
Queens, what's the TV network y'all gonna be watching?
Pick TV Network.